Hello, I'm going to speak about something very important today. I've been talking about different things, and it's time to know how to manage money better. So, I'm going to be talking about managing money better. Over the years, I've learned managing money. I've learned a lot about managing money. I've been exposed to great things that has opened my mind, and then with the help of God, I've seen results that have brought fruit to me. So I've learned to manage money more. And that's why I feel it's important that I also share this to other people on how to manage money better. Managing money is very important. We all want something. But if you don't know how to manage money, you may just abuse the money when it comes. So it's important that we actually look into it. And as I speak, I hope it will enlighten you on how to manage money more. So the first set of questions I'll be asking is, how do you make money? We know money comes in different ways, but think about it. How have you been making money all this while? Is it from your salary, your income in the office, your businesses? Is it from gifts? Or from dividends? Maybe you invested somewhere? We all need to put in effort to be able to make money. You have to work, you have to be able to be diligent to make money. Now, when you make money, what do? There are three sets of people, or maybe four, but try to find out your own group here. Are you the kind of person that once you get money, you spend on your needs or your wants? Whatever you feel is important for you to do at the moment, you just zoom off and do it immediately when you get the money. In which you pay debt with your money once it comes in, a lot of it is going to service debt, maybe 80% or so. And in third category, in that case, you plan before the money comes in, you have a budget, and so when the money comes in, you fix them appropriately. You fix the money appropriately into the right budget, so you don't misuse it. Are you in that group? Or do you plan when the money comes? Do you plan and spend it in a particular way when the money comes? That's similar to the previous one. Now I'm going to be discussing further on how we can manage money more. If money comes to you and you don't manage it well, it will go away. So it's important that you actually know how to take care of this money so that you can actually maximize what you have. An important point to note is that the way you spend money will actually determine your financial future. The first point is to commit your ways to God, commit your financial future, your financial life to God. That's the starting point. Once you involve God, things will work out fine. But the most important thing is you have to devote your time, your resources in obeying His word, in spending time reading and understanding His word. In Proverbs 16:9, it says that a man has plans his ways, but the Lord directs his steps. So you can plan, but God is the ultimate decider. In Psalms 127, verse 1, it says, unless the Lord builds the house, the labor in vain will build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. So everything we are going to do, the main place to start from is to commit it to God, that God helps you in that journey. I've applied it in my life, and up to today it's still working for me. You have to have earnings to be able to acquire wealth. Money must come in. So where are your source of income? In Nigeria now, it's important that you actually have different sources of income. We know things are in Nigeria. A lot of people say in Nigeria understand that the economy has changed. It's not as favorable as it was years back. But then, how can you still do well? You have to have earnings. And it's through the help of God you can actually have those earnings. So after following the first step, make sure that you start looking for sources of income. It diverse, it can be diverse, and it's good to diverse from different sources in which enough money comes in. So you have enough money to plan with. So that's an important part of it as well. Then when the money comes in, you have to budget appropriately, or before it even comes in, have a budget. It's important that you have a budget. a budget that you can actually follow through. Don't make a budget that is impossible for you to follow through. You have to actually spend less than you earn. By nature, I'm economical, so this has not been so difficult for me, except there are very necessary expenses I have to undertake. I actually spend less than I earn through the help of God. But that's something that will help you. If you spend more than you earn, how can you save? How can you build your finances? So you actually have to learn to cut down unnecessary expenses. Some expenses are not necessary. You know the truth, but because you just want them, because you feel like you should have them, you go for it. That should not be the case. In Proverbs 21:17, it says, "He who loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich." So you need to actually hold back sometimes. Don't be so spontaneous. Anything that comes, you just when you feel like it, you go for it. Sometimes you actually need to draw back and think of your financial life. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to enjoy it now, or do you prefer to delay the gratification? So you have to think about it. Which is more important? The scale of preference should always favor your financial future when it comes to spending. You have to actually plan. So that's another important point. Financial experts have recommended that you actually save a percentage of your income. So once you earn, you should have a portion for savings, for investment. You can save between 10 to 20% or whichever is convenient for you, whatever amount you feel is convenient for you. That should be for your future investment or for investments that will yield more income, that can yield passive income. So have a portion of your income for savings. Don't make it less than 10% if you can. It's going to help you. It accumulates over time. I've seen the result, and over time it becomes large. And then, in fact, maybe at the point you won't have to work again, but money will still keep coming because you've invested that amount somewhere or in some places that you're getting results. I use an app, name spending tracker. I've been using it for years now, and it helps me a lot. So you can have income. You put in the income, then your expenses, you also put in expenses. You can have different accounts in that app. So you can have an account for your needs, you can have an account for gifts, you can have an account for tithes. So you also work with your budget in that process. So it's good to have an app that can help you to work with your budget. I highly recommend it. It's going to help you a lot. And you also see your expenses over time. It's good that you designate your expenses. So like on the app I already mentioned, you can have different places in which you put different accounts. So you have an account for everything. You have an account for yourself. You can have an account for gifts, for savings. So these accounts are properly labeled, and you actually know what you have in each account, so that it will help you in your expenses. So you also work your budget in the process. It's very important. It's very important. It's going to help you track your expenses monthly, track your income monthly, yearly, for a long time, and then to guide you on what to spend and what to earn. It can also motivate you if you need to earn more, so you can meet up to the expenses. Also, try to make it flexible. Work with yourself. You know how much you're earning. Make sure it's not so difficult for you. This process is not a prison. It's not to make you bound. It's actually to help you to attain financial freedom. So you should make it easy for yourself. Enjoy the journey. You have to actually set your priorities right. That's another point. When you know that you have an important expense to meet, plan appropriately. You can adjust your budget to meet that expense, so that you don't become stranded or you have to start taking from other accounts. It's good that you actually plan your expenses. Also, giving is important. You have to give, be a giver. Don't be a greedy person. Always give to people around you. Give to the church. Give to help the work of God. So don't be afraid to give. Yes, it should be part of your plan as well. So as you plan for your expenses, also plan for giving. It's very important. It's very important. One of the things that make people grow is how they give. Proverbs 11:24 says, "There is one who scatters yet increases more, and there is one who withholds more than is right, but the least poverty." So don't think that by hoarding you increase yourself. it's not a nice process. How do you feel when people are happy because you give them something, or you help somebody that is really was really in need, and maybe your stance was what helped the person escape trouble. You can feel better. So it's important that you always think of giving. Don't think of yourself self only. People also want help. So help others. Make your goals smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and there should have a time frame. So your financial goal should be smart. It should fit into what I just said. It's an acronym. Smart is an acronym. So make sure that these things are actually things you can do. Set goals for yourself. Set financial goals for yourself. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 1 year? Set it realistic goals that are achievable, and work towards it. It's possible you haven't exceed your goals if you plan properly. You have to discipline yourself. You have to make sure that you're able to follow through on everything. And with the help of God, it will be easy. So plan properly. In Nigeria, I don't think everyone is poor. I don't think you cannot make money in Nigeria. You can still make money. Just plan appropriately and manage the money you have to help you grow. I think having a great future is great. Don't think that it's not worth it, it's worth it. You're going to be a blessing if you actually discipline yourself. Proverbs 21:20, it says, "There is desirable treasure and oil in the dwelling of the wise, and the foolish man squanders it." You can have the things you actually want eventually, but you actually have the discipline. Commit your ways to God, don't be lazy. And I hope this has blessed you. Share to someone who you think can need this. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. May God bless you. Bye.